Bobbi, she floats down into the splits.
Floats into the splits? I don't think it works like that.
Floated, sweet.
I don't think that's how it works, honey.
Hey, it's Chey. Welcome back to my channel. And welcome back to another episode of Fear Street Friday. Y'all, we are back. You guys asked for it, and we are back with another episode of Fear Street Friday. How does it feel to be back?
It's good to be back. I have missed the fear. Nothing scares me like a Fear Street book.
Oh.
So, Stephen King, who, I don't know her.
Well, I've written some books and I've gotten this reputation as a horror novelist, so.
I've been waiting for some nightmares to haunt my dreams, so I'm ready.
You guys, this episode we are covering Cheerleaders, the First Evil. I did not know what to expect going into this, but I've got to say that this is one of the best books we have covered on Fear Street Friday. What do you think about when you see the cover?
Automatically, I'm drawn to the skull pom-pom. That is iconic. Suddenly, I'm like making a Halloween costume in my mind of me as a cheerleader with a pom-pom that has a skull in the middle. Love that. So we got these two like super perky girls in the background. I feel like they're like robots. I don't know why. And then, I mean, it looks like Becky is malfunctioning here in the front. So, I don't know. I get robot vibes from this.
So this is actually Jennifer.
Okay, and as we know, the best part about the Fear Street books are the iconic taglines.
Oh,
so this one says, "When the cheers turn to screams."
Give me a D-I-E. What's that
My
spell?
God.
Die, bitch. Newcomers Corky and Bobbi Corcoran want more than anything to make the cheerleading squad at Shadyside High. But as soon as the Corcoran sisters are named to the team, terrible things happen to the cheerleaders. The horror starts with a mysterious accident near the Fear Street Cemetery. Soon after, piercing screams echo through the empty school halls, and then the ghastly murders begin. Can Corky and Bobbi stop the killer before the entire cheerleading squad is destroyed?
My God.
The story starts early in the morning with a rat. Bobbi Corcoran is squeezing this rat, and she's taking it to her little brother's room. And her sister Corky is like, "Bobbi, you're so evil." And she's like, "I know." And in my head, I'm just picturing like, why the are we starting off with Bobbi squeezing this rat? R.L. Stine breaks the rules of horror every time. He does not care if you don't like that he kills off animals. He will straight up kill the dog.
I'm sorry, so I need to clarify. When you say squeezy, you're talking about like literally like killing a rat with the...
I didn't say killing. She's squeezing the rat around its rib cage. They're going to go place it in front of their little brother Sean's bedroom door. They love to prank him. So they're like, okay, we put the rat down. It's a fake rat, by the way.
Of course it is.
It's not real. I thought it was, but it wasn't.
I was just like, why is she squeezing a rat in the first paragraph? It's a little less traumatizing.
The girls go downstairs after they place the fake rat in front of their brother's door, and their mom is making them poached eggs, and they're not happy about that. They're like, "Where are the toaster strudels?" They don't like poached eggs. Well, they sit down and they're like, ooh, they're dissing their mom's breakfast. And she's like, "Why are you girls wearing pajamas? Why are you going to school in your PJs?" And she's like, "That's what all the girls are doing these days." And I'm like, wait, so if you're new and you just moved there, you're going to go to school. I'm assuming it's their first day. Maybe it's their first week.
Maybe.
But they're going in pajamas.
That is bold.
That's what all the girls are doing. So the dad mentions that he never gets any sleep, and then Corky is like, "Well, join the club." Bobbi's like, "Yeah, none of us get any sleep because this place is haunted." And the dad's like, "Look, just because a house is old and creepy, it doesn't mean that it's haunted." Corky, she's like, "Really? We'll tell that to the person who was murdered in my room. They whisper and they cry to me in my sleep."
Oh my God.
I instantly was taken back to our first episode, Bad Dreams, where the haunted bed is going after the girl, but that's another story, never mind. I'll go ahead and link that above. Okay, so Bobbi and Corky are your average Stine girls. Bobbi is the older sister. I almost said twin because they look the same. Bobbi's the older sister. She's 17, but she's an inch shorter than her sister Corky, which she hates. She hates being shorter than her younger sister, and Corky hates that her sister got boobs and a butt and she has nothing. So that's kind of their dynamic. They get on each other's nerves. They bicker a lot, but They are really, really talented cheerleaders. At their previous school, they had won like the national championship or something.
My
Like
God.
all state, they had won. They were the winners. They were on ESPN. They were famous cheerleaders.
Wow.
So they're like really hoping that when they go to school that they'll be able to try out for the team because they just moved there. They don't really know that they're going to be let on. They're all eating breakfast and then Sean is upstairs screaming because he found the rat and they're like, LOL. And he's like, look, you guys, I wasn't really scared of it. I just wanted to scream so that you guys thought that you had fooled me.
Aw, he was scared.
So the girls are off to school. They're going to try out for the cheerleading team, and then we are introduced to Jennifer Daly. She is the head cheerleader. She's the captain. So the way that R.L. Stine introduces her character, he says that she is basically a lookalike of Julia Roberts, or like she's been told she looks like Julia Roberts. So she has like brunette with big eyes, and she's beautiful. Everyone wants her. She's graceful. She's generous and loving and caring and kind. She is the head cheerleading captain, and her co-captain, her name is Kimmy Bass or Bass. I'm gonna say Bass though because Kimmy Bass sounds a lot better with like the way that she's described, which is she has a mop of black crimped hair on a round face. She's also described as chunky. Jennifer is soft-spoken, she's serene, she's graceful, and her co-captain is chunky. But they do not agree on whether or not the Corcoran sisters should be allowed to try out for the team, considering they already had their team tryouts in April, and it's like fall. So
yeah,
Kimmy is like, no, we are not letting them on the team, and Jennifer's like, look, we need to let them try out. They could be really good, they could help us. So some of the other girls are not having it. Those girls include like Debbie, was it Deborah? Debbie and Ronnie. They are on Kimmy's side. So the cheerleading coach, Miss Green, she comes in. So she's like, it's up to Jennifer. Jennifer's like, okay, I'm gonna let them audition. The next thing you know, the Corcorans are up in the air doing splits, roundhouse kicks,
yes,
bumps and jumps and dips and dives.
Oh my God.
Spread eagle. One of them, I think it's Bobbi, she floats down into the splits.
Floats into the splits? I don't think it works like that.
Floated, sweet.
I don't think that's how it works, honey.
So the Corcorans, they make the team, but the gag is only 8 people can be on the team. There are 7, meaning someone has to be cut, and it's not going to be one of the new girls. So
damn,
Jennifer automatically knows that she is cutting Ronnie. Redheaded, freckle-faced Ronnie is
Ronnie girl,
cut from the team. And she's like, it's not fair. And I'm like, girl, you're a freshman. Deal with it, sweetie. All the girls are very sullen and sad. They're sad for Ronnie. They love their girl Ronnie.
Oh, Ronnie, R.I.P. girly.
Yeah.
I just predict something.
The girls are not necessarily mad at the Corcoran sisters. They are more mad at Jennifer and Coach Green. You know, they think that all they care about is success, and of course they're going to let the 2 girls on. The 2 girls can't help that they're good. They're mad at Jennifer.
Queen Bee did make the call, so who else are you going to be mad at?
After practice, Kimmy is fuming. She's really mad that Jennifer would make this decision without her. She's like, we're supposed to be best friends. We're co-captains. I can't believe that she just cut Ronnie. Well, she goes to take a shower to relax and get less stinky and, clear her mind. And she's in the shower screaming because the water is so hot.
Oh my God.
It's scalding. It burns her chest. She runs, and there's Ronnie. Ronnie has a pendant in her hand. She found it. She said, hey, did you drop this pendant? Kimmy's like, yeah, that's my pendant.
What?
It's a silver megaphone. It's a pendant. The clasp is loose, so it keeps falling off.
Of course, naturally.
Yeah, so I was like, this little pendant is going to fall off somewhere and is going to be the evidence at a crime scene. 2 weeks later, it's their first away game. The girls are so happy. They're thrilled. Well, they are on the school bus. It is storming. It's so rainy. It's so windy. They're on their way to the away game when Bobbi and Corky realize that they left the fire batons at home.
Not the fire batons.
The fire batons. They're like, oh my God, can we please turn around?
Oh
we
my
have to go get the
God.
fire batons. We were practicing and we left them.
Turn the bus around.
Well, they turn the bus around.
Yes, they do.
To go to Fear Street. And when they get to Fear Street, the bus driver can't see anything. He crashes the bus on Fear Street, tips upside down, everyone's flying around the bus, and Jennifer's body is ejected out the door. The bus comes to a halt. The bus is on its side. They finally find their way out. Bobbi remembers seeing Jennifer fly out the door. So she starts screaming and she's like, Jennifer, where are you? Running through this cemetery.
Oh my
because
God.
the bus crashed at the cemetery. So they crawl out and they're in the cemetery and there is Jennifer's body.
I am still socially relevant.
I love that movie.
Jennifer's body has literally, what's the word I'm looking for?
I'm
Okay.
unprepared for this.
Jennifer's body has been catapulted into a tombstone. She is laying face down on a grave,
Oh my God.
but her body is like bent up over the tombstone, so she kind of like snapped on, like, her body, she's just dead, okay? She landed on that tombstone. So Jennifer's body actually landed on Sarah Fear's grave. Sarah Fear is a character that will be discussed in the Fear Street saga. We don't know exactly what happened to her though, but she is a character that will appear sometime. So,
Interesting.
good to know. But she was alive in the 1800s. I believe she died like 1895 or something like that.
R.I.P. Sarah Fear. Rip Jennifer. I'm sad.
They get the paramedics there, and the paramedics confirm she's gone. And then Jennifer opens her eyes. Now we get into part 2, which I didn't even tell you guys. This book is broken up into 3 parts. The first part was the cheers. So that was the cheers that we just went through. The sisters come and they f up the whole cheerleading squad's life. Next we have part 2, the fall.
We love the fall.
So it's 2 weeks later. There is a pep rally to honor the squad, and the girls are in their new uniforms that they just got because they couldn't wear the old ones anymore after they had been damaged in the accident. Everyone seems fresh and new again, and everyone is just cheering their lungs out at this pep rally. Well, almost everyone, because Jennifer is in a wheelchair.
Aww.
They don't know if she'll ever walk again.
Jennifer. Hey, at least she's alive. Hello.
All that is really running through Kimmy's mind at this pep rally is she's about to be appointed the new captain of the cheerleading team. So while Kimmy is having this manifestation of this new head cheerleading spot in her mind, Jennifer comes out in a wheelchair, waving a little pennant that they had made for her.
She deserves it all.
Well, the cheers are so loud that Kimmy can't stand it and she wants to cover her ears.
Kimmy needs to chill out and get over herself. I'm over her.
You know who else is over her?
Who?
Miss Green, because she appoints Bobbi Corcoran as the new cheerleading captain.
Yes, Bobby, that's my girl.
Kimmy screams in horror. She literally runs out of there. People in the audience are like, oh, what? Like, what's going on? But she doesn't care. She jets.
She's so entitled.
Out of there.
Bye. See you at the 10-year reunion, honey.
So basically, Kimmy thinks that Bobbi got it because she's blonde and she's skinny because she is disgustingly all-American. I was like, you know, I know a few of those people.
Could it be because everyone thinks that she's like the best cheerleader to ever walk the earth? Like if she's really that good, then she probably deserves to be the captain, bitch.
So after the pep rally, Bobbi is walking home, I guess by herself. Chip Chasner taps on her shoulder.
Chip Chasner.
He is the quarterback of the football team.
Hey.
And he's like, hey, you're really good. And she's like, I think you're really good. And he's like, do you want to go get some pizza after the game? And she's like, sure, let's do that. So Bobbi goes to Jennifer's house because she's been seeing Jennifer every day since the accident. So she goes to talk to Jennifer. She got Kimmy to come back to the team, but she hates Bobbi. She probably is not going to talk to Bobbi. She's going to sabotage Bobbi, and she is going to turn everyone against her. That's what Jennifer is telling Bobbi, and Bobbi's like, well, I guess I'll just have to deal with her hating me.
As the captain
just kick her off.
That's what I was about to say. Just kick her off. She ain't worth your f***ing trouble.
Yeah. Bobbi's like, in other news, I have a date with Chip Chasner. And Jennifer's like, Chip? You turned him down, right? And she's like, no, why would I do that? And she's like, because that's Kimmy's boyfriend.
Damn, where is this going?
Well, ex-boyfriend anyway.
Oh my god.
Bobbi's like, another reason for her to hate me. But Bobbi's not like, oh, stay in the f*** away from that dude. She's like, just another reason for her to hate me.
Oh my god.
So tensions are high during cheerleading practice from now on. Everyone hates each other. They're not getting along. There is no cohesion in this group. After practice one day, Bobbi is walking along. She's walking down the hall and all the lockers start opening and slamming.
Oh my god.
Like, this force is just opening all the lockers, and she's running, and they're all slamming behind her and opening in unison and slamming in unison. She hears a girl screaming in pain and agony.
Oh my god.
And she jets it. She gets out of there. She goes straight to her sister, Corky, and she's like, this just happened to me. I don't know what's happening. And she's like, girl, you're just stressed out. Like,
They always say that. Till it's too late.
so we're at the football game. The cheerleaders are cheering. The people in the crowd are having a blast. And the quarterback, Chip Chasner, is tackled. Something comes over him. He freezes. He cannot move. He can't pass the ball. He can't throw it.
He's a robot.
Is he a robot?
He's a robot. Or he has anxiety.
So he's buried under a bunch of people. When they all get up, he doesn't. He
Wow.
has a concussion. Yeah. After all that, Bobbi goes to him and she's like, look what happened out there. Are you okay? And he's like, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't move. I was frozen. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't do anything. He said it was like I was dead. I was like, oh, did your battery die?
I'm saying.
When they get to practice, which this whole book is literally just them at practice. Like, there's no classes. They only cheer. That's all they do. When they get to practice, Kimmy is like, you made a little mistake. You are going out with my boyfriend. And she's like, actually, you probably wouldn't want to know that he's the one who asked me out, bitch.
Period.
Kimmy attacks her. She grabs her by the hair. She swings her around, kind of like the Trunchbull did with Amanda Thripp.
Yes. Why am I picturing Kimmy to look like Shannon Doherty and Heathers? Like,
I could see that.
That's what I'm picturing her as.
I love Shannon.
Yeah.
She's not chunky
No.
like Kimmy.
But like just more the face is what I'm thinking of, and like the personality.
Yeah. The hair.
That's what it reminds me
the
of.
hair was crimped.
Yeah.
So basically, Miss Green says if they can't make up, then she is going to have to suspend them, and they won't be able to be on the cheerleading team.
Oh my god.
So they make up.
Yeah, you gotta. I
They
mean,
make up.
there's no other choice.
All right, so they are at practice again. They are practicing this really scary move. You're standing on someone's shoulders. You have to jump up in the air, turn into a V, and then they catch you.
Oh my god.
Bobbi does it.
Of course she does.
Bobbi does it into Miss Green's arms to show everyone, and Kimmy is going to go next, and she is going to jump into Bobbi's arms.
I don't feel good about this.
Kimmy is up on top, and she's about to jump down when Bobbi freezes, and she can't move. She can't speak. She's like, please don't jump, please don't jump. I can't catch you, I can't catch you, but nothing's coming out. Her arms aren't moving. She's frozen still. She's like, oh my god, I'm frozen, just like Chip was. Well,
She's short-circuiting.
Kimmy sure did take that dive, and she landed on her knees,
Ooh.
her elbows, and then her forehead hits the gym floor with a loud thud.
Oh my god, I was picturing them on a football field, but they're in the gym.
Yeah, she hits the hardwood floor.
Oh my god. Kimmy, you didn't deserve that.
Kimmy is taken away in an ambulance. She's pretty bad.
Sorry, Kimmy.
Everyone's like, I can't believe that Bobbi let her fall. She intentionally did it. Attempted murder.
Oh my god.
So yeah, they're trying to get Bobbi for attempted murder. Bobbi runs over to Chip and she's like, it just happened to me too. Where I froze, Kimmy fell because I couldn't catch her. And he's like, oh, well, my dad is making me go to the doctor. They think it might be this muscle thing. Maybe you should go to the doctor too. Go to the doctor?
What the hell is
This
a
is
doctor
supernatural,
gonna do?
sweetie.
Yeah.
Well, Bobbi goes to Jennifer's house and she's like, what do I do? Like, everyone thinks I did this. What do you think? And she's like, I don't know what to think. And Bobbi's like, I didn't do this. I didn't do anything. Well, she gets really upset with Jennifer and she leaves. And when she leaves, she looks in the window and she sees that Jennifer is pacing back and forth, walking around out of her wheelchair. And her mind was like, oh my god, she learned how to walk again.
Wow. Oh my
Wait,
god.
no, maybe she's pretending to not be able to walk. So she goes and she knocks on the door, and there she is. Opens the door in her wheelchair. She's like,
Shady.
I forgot my gloves. Oh, I don't see them. Her little blanket's folded perfectly in her lap. She's sitting in her little wheelchair. She's like, oh wait, maybe I didn't bring gloves. Sorry, bye. She leaves. Runs home to tell Corky, I just saw Jennifer walking around. And she's like, girl, you need to chill. You basically almost just killed Kimmy. Now you're saying Jennifer can walk. You were too stressed out.
Corky is irrelevant irrelevant and she's on my nerves.
Honestly, Corky is so irrelevant. Like, they started off together, and then everything just became about Bobbi, and
Yeah.
Corky's never mentioned. Bobbi and Corky get in a huge fight, and Bobbi basically calls Corky a traitor for not believing her.
I would too.
Then R.L. Stine informs us that little does Corky know this will be the last encounter she has with her sister Bobbi. Now we move into part 3.
Oh my god.
The evil.
I'm ready. Oh my god. The evil.
So at practice, nobody listens to Bobbi when she's telling them what to do. They don't want to start. They don't want her leadership. They don't care what she has to say. And Miss Green, she's late. And she's like, you guys, Miss Green is going to be like, why aren't we started practicing? Well, Miss Green shows up and she's like, you guys can just cancel your practice. Bobbi, I need to talk to you.
Uh-oh.
Miss Green is like, you've got to quit the team. You have lost the confidence of the girls. They don't trust you. They all hate you. I can't let you stay on the team, so I'm asking
My
you to quit.
god. Miss Green is savage, but she knows what she got to do for her girls.
I do hold it down for my girls. I do hold it down for my girls.
Yeah, it's really sad because it's like what Bobbi wants, and she's so good at cheerleading that, you know, it's really tragic when she goes to the shower and it just, the door closes for some reason and all the shower heads turn on hot scalding water
Oh my
and
God.
the whole room starts filling up with boiling water. And she's just jumping around screaming, help me, I'm burning, I'm burning. And yeah, she just falls face down and boils in the water.
Oh my fucking god, what?
Yeah.
She literally boiled like a hot dog in the showers?
Yeah. When Corky comes to practice late, she finds her in the showers. She opens the doors and all the water comes rushing at her, the boiling water, and she sees her sister, she said red as a lobster.
How traumatic. First off, I'm just picturing like a metal pot with filled all the way to the brim with water and then one single weenie boiling in the pot. That's how I picture Bobbi in this scenario.
Well, it wasn't even that high. It was up to her like legs, but it was so hot it was burning her, so
Yeah.
she fell into it and I guess drowned or burned.
Girl. But that is like very traumatic, tragic. Woo!
Corky had to find her sister like that. It's so
Yeah,
sad.
Corky girl, I'm so sorry.
Well, I didn't mention this, but before she found her sister's body, she looked on the ground. She found a megaphone pendant on the ground. And we all know who that belongs to, Kimmy. So she put it in her pocket, but she got distracted when she found her sister's dead body. It's 2 weeks later, and Corky is at the Fear Street Cemetery where this whole ordeal began, and she is talking to her sister Bobbi. She's like, I know you're probably tired of me coming to see you, but I miss you a lot, and I can't believe that you're gone. She reaches into her pocket.
Finds the pendant.
She finds the pendant and remembers that she had found it at the scene of the crime.
Wouldn't you
So-
remember that if your sister like had a brutal like, I don't know, maybe she just wasn't
Accident,
even
yeah.
thinking about it, but like I feel like you would be like, by the way, I found this at the scene of the crime.
Yeah. So when she reaches in her pocket and she finds that pendant, she runs straight to her car. She drives straight to Kimmy's house. Kimmy's mom opens the door. She pushes her out of the way. She's like, I know what you did. You were in the showers. This is my proof. And she's showing her the pendant. And she's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, you killed Bobbi. So Kimmy's like, that's not even my pendant. And she's like, yes, it is. I know it is. And she's like, no, I gave that pendant to Jennifer because Jennifer always wanted it. And the clasp is broken anyway. So I just gave it to her. And Ronnie's like, I can verify that's true. I was there when she gave it to her. So it's Jennifer's.
Wow.
So what
I
was
saw this
little
coming
Miss
too.
Jennifer doing in the showers in a wheelchair? Well, obviously.
Why
yeah,
was
she's
she
in a wheelchair.
walking? Yeah. I knew there was something up with that bitch.
She's like, look, I'm not a murderer. Jennifer's not a murderer. I might have been a little bit jealous of Bobbi. And Corky's like, a little? And she's like, okay, fine. I was really jealous of your sister. But she's like, look, I would never kill someone over cheerleading. Corky's freaking out. So they're like, look, let's just call your parents. She's like, no. So she runs away. She's driving straight to Jennifer's house. And when she gets to Jennifer's house, Jennifer is pulling out of her driveway in a car. She's driving away. She follows her. She follows Jennifer all the way to the Fear Street Cemetery. And when Jennifer gets out of her car, she is wearing a cheerleading uniform. She has that little pennant and she's walking through the cemetery. She starts dancing around the tombstones. And Corky's like, what the is going on? Jennifer, why are you walking? What's going on? Jennifer says, I'm not Jennifer. Corky's like, well then bitch, who are you? Jennifer is like, look, I'm not Jennifer. And she makes all the grass and the dirt on Sarah Fear's grave just explode into this big tornado. All the dirt is lifting up from the grave and the grave opens up. There's Sarah Fear's body. It's covered and maggots. Disgusting. But she's been down there for 100 years, so I was like, I guess this would be the final stages of her decomposition, because it takes about 100 years to fully decompose.
Oh my god.
So Sarah Fear's dead ass body is down there. Corky's like, what, are you some type of like evil spirit? And Jennifer's like, yeah, you could say that. I was trapped down in that body for 100 years, and now you are gonna go down in there. So
damn,
when Jennifer landed on that tombstone, she did die, and the spirit that was down in the grave, Sarah Fear, that was inside of Sarah Fear, traveled.
Wow, it took over.
So the
I'm
the spirit,
shook.
I guess, possesses people and does some evil shit.
We love evil shit.
So luckily Corky hears that Kimmy, Ronnie, and Brenda are there. They probably followed her to the grave when she left, and she sees that Jennifer has opened up this grave, has thrown Corky into the grave, but Corky, being the amazing cheerleader she is, does some flips and shit and gets out of the grave. She runs over to Jennifer as she's about to attack the other three girls, and she starts strangling her. You know, she's grabbing onto her. The pendant slips out of Jennifer's hand. It falls into Sarah's grave. She's choking her, and then when she turns her face to look at her, she is blowing like crypt corpse breath into her face.
Ew.
And it's like overwhelming her, and she like wants to let go, but she knows that she has to keep choking her, but it's like this like breath of death, and she realizes it's her spirit, it's the evil spirit is going back into the grave. So she keeps strangling her until it's literally just Jennifer's dead body.
Oh my god.
All the grass and all the dirt cover the grave is back, and the evil spirit has been trapped in Sarah Fear's grave, but poor dead ass Jennifer turns into an instant corpse. Her body instantly decomposes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The cops come. Corky's like, oh my god, I followed her here and she was dancing on these graves, and they're like, dancing on graves, sweetie, look at her. She's been a corpse for weeks.
Oh my god.
Well, the parents, which I don't understand, like, the parents were just accepted that their daughter turned into a corpse.
The parents in these books are always like useless.
They are. The parents in this book were always on a business trip.
Yeah.
I was so shocked that they just accepted that Jennifer was a mummified corpse in the graveyard. But yeah, that's pretty much what happens. But that night, Corky goes to bed, and when she's falling asleep, she feels something under her covers. So she looks under there and reaches down the blanket, and there's the pendant.
Girl.
The pendant that had been in Sarah's grave was now in her bed, and
wow.
she's
Girl, good luck.
But yeah, that is the end of Cheerleaders, the first evil. Honestly, it was such a ride. It was a lot to take in because it was one of the longest Fear Street books that I've done on this channel. I believe it was 166 pages, which isn't a lot, but when you're trying to digest this crazy material and like memorize the actual plot, it just became a lot for me because all the other ones are like 120 pages, 130. But yeah, this one was really good. I would give it 5 out of 5 Fear Street stars.
5 out of 5 megaphone pendants.
Yes. She truly is evil.
We love Jennifer.
I'm really excited to see what happens in the second one. I'm dying to know.
Yeah.
So, what did you think?
Loved it. I love a good cheerleader story. Love that Jennifer kicked ass, took names. R.I.P. to my girl, what's her? Bobbi. I can't even remember her name, but I still just like loved her. Fierce queen. May you rest in peace, honey. Corky, still irrelevant to me. Although she did do some flips, get out of the grave, so like that's cool. But like overall, like Jennifer, Bobbi are my queens that I'll serve for the rest of my life.
Down in the comments below, let us know, have you read Cheerleaders, the First Evil? What do you think of the Cheerleaders series? I'm so excited to keep diving in to the grave.
Yes.
If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. We would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you are not already subscribed, please go ahead, hit the subscribe button so that you can stay up to date with everything that's going on with us. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.
Viewers beware, you're in for a skip.